sure that they're correct here as we go. So please, thank you for patience. We do have a policy that if you have two boxers in the same bracket from the same club, not from the same LBC, not from the same city, but from the same club with same coaches working and assisting in the corners, then we will make a reasonable effort to make sure the boxers are on opposite sides of the bracket. In these super large brackets, such as 138, 152, etc., we will make an effort to have them spaced far enough apart that they won't meet in the first couple of bouts. Fair? All right, let's get started. The elite male 108 pounds, this is a non-Olympic weight class. We have two competitors. They will compete in a final on Wednesday evening at 6 p.m. We have Duran Gaines from Pennsylvania and Ricardo Epperstein from Massachusetts. Ricardo will be in the red corner in all brackets. The top half is in the red corner. The bottom half is in the blue corner. Duran will be in the blue corner, and they will box on Wednesday. Elite male, 114 pounds. We have 26 boxers. Is that right? Sorry, we had originally 26 boxers. Two boxers were DQ'd at the scale. Who? Names? Jose? With the two no-shows? Yes.
Tim Jarman didn't show up. We have a notice.
Jarman and who?
And then Anthony Oles.
Mm-hmm.
That one should be on the 22.
Yep. So we're removing the no-shows and the ones who were DQ'd at the scale. So we have 22 boxers. Note, coaches, we have seeded the bracket based upon the rankings. And when we do that, we look at the same age and weight rankings. We move down through that and seed anybody who has been ranked. And then we will go down one weight class and seed them after those. So our number 1 seed is Salam Gonzalez. Number 2 seed is Ezekiel Ferguson. Number 3 seed is Fernando Martinez. Number 4, Aaron Williams. Number 5, Adrian Alvarado. Number 6, John Atiles. And 7, Jesus Guzman. Also in the bracket, Alex Maldonado, Anthony Johns, Clayton Ward, Daryl Lewis, Demetrius Lewis, Edgar Dominguez, Enrique Noyola, Giovanni Figueroa, Jeremiah Smotherman, Jose Nieves. Excuse me. Google's listening to me. Marcus Floyd, Peter Frakes, Ray Robinson, Samuel Cosio, and Sean Munconda. At this time, you should note if anybody is missing from the brackets, if your boxer is missing, and bring it to our attention. If you have any conflicts, any boxers from the same gym or same corner, same team, those should be noted at this time. The schedule for this will be Monday night, we'll begin. Tuesday, we'll have a rest day, and then they'll come back Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. All elite Olympic weight divisions will have their final on Saturday. Because of the changes in the bracket, there won't be a time on all of them. I'm just going to put the times across the top so you know when they are boxing. Email from John Brown so you guys can all see, complimenting me. Thank you, John. Thank you, guys. I'm just joking. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Saturday. The Friday and Saturday sessions that you need to note will be at noon, okay? No evening sessions Friday and Saturday. Daily, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and of course tomorrow with the general weigh-in, we'll only have an evening session. Okay, at this time I'll draw the bracket. We will only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bouts tomorrow. So these will be the bouts tomorrow. Again, everybody will be in resting on Tuesday, and then these will be the bouts Wednesday. So boxing Monday, it will be Edgar Dominguez versus Alex Maldonado, Darrell Lewis versus Marcus Floyd, Sean Monconda versus Peter Frakes, Jeremiah Smotherman versus Enrique Noyola, Giovanni Figueroa versus Demetrius Lewis, Samuel Cosio versus Ray Ray Robinson. It's a good bout. Again, Tuesday off. These will be bouts Wednesday. Guzman versus Johns. Ferguson receives the bye. Martinez receives the bye. Atiles receives a bye. Williams receives a bye. Also receiving byes are Alvarado and Gonzalez. And you'll have Clayton Ward versus Jose Nieves. Clayton Ward, where's he from? Is Clayton Ward from Cyprus? I think that's a mistake. All right. We're going to be printing these and placing them on the wall in the coach's space. No, it's not. Okay, we'll move on to elite male, 125 pounds. First, we're going to remove the no-shows. We started with 57 boxers. I'm ready. Call out the no-show and make sure it's been removed. Shakari Alford. Okay, Shakari Alford, I'm removing. Next no-show. Okay. Okay.
Pedro Diaz.
Pedro Diaz, removed from the bracket. Giovanni Martinez, no show. Marcellus Mathis, no show. Say again?
Garrett
Garrett Rice, no-show. Steven Saint Sever, no-show. Dominic Vale, no-show. He was the number 5 seed. Anier Williams, no-show. Ezekiel El Zaid, also a no-show. With the 5 seats scratched, Guillermo Gutierrez moves up to the 5 from 6. Great. So we have 46 boxers in this bracket. They'll start on Monday and they'll be in competition every day. There'll be no rest days. 14 bouts on Monday. That means half of the bracket will be competing on Monday, half will receive buys. And then Tuesday, everybody will be in competition. So again, I'm just going to mark the first day across the top. Okay, we'll proceed to draw the bracket. I'm sorry, are there any conflicts in this bracket? Yes, sir? Barajas? So Ezekiel is the top seed, and we'll make sure Barajas is on the opposite side. Any other conflicts we need to know? Yes, sir? Barrera and Perez. Sorry. Omar Perez? Yep. Omar Perez, Angel Barrera. There's 2 Perez's, so Omar. Angel Barrera. Did you get the other one? Okay. Andy Barajas. Andy Beltran Barajas.
Oh, Belgium. Okay.
And he was, excuse me, I'll get you, Coach. And then Ezekiel Barrero. Yes? Yep. Bruce Carrington. I'm sorry, Coach, what? Leonard? I can't hear.
I think he's saying Leonardo. John Leonardo.
Yep. John Leonardo. Coach, I'm going to do my best to keep them opposite sides of the bracket within all reasonableness. We're going to draw it. Okay. I need the conflicts, please.
With Beltran and Barrero.
Barrero. Beltran is going to be down here. I don't think I read the names. There's Illinois. Beltran. Who was the one with Omar Perez?
With Omar Perez, it's Angel Barrera.
Yeah, they're good. And who's the other one?
Carrington and Leonardo.
Leonardo's up there.
But he got it by.
Okay, 2 out of the 3 are on opposite sides of the bracket, and Carrington and Leonardo would only meet in the semifinals. So I'm going to leave that. Okay. Boxing on Monday, tomorrow evening, Howard Trevino, Dwayne Holmes, Omar Estrada versus Andrew Jones, Rasheem Jefferson versus Angel Barrera, Matthew Quintero versus Isaiah Smith, Amado Fernando Vargas versus Raheem Campbell, Kevin Nunez versus Damian Basulto, Angel Garcia versus Javier Zimmeron, Tyler Matthews versus Troy Anderson, Ramsey Vese versus Shaquille Daly, Armando Rodriguez versus Jose Acosta, Frankie Garcia versus Anthony Dominelli, Victor Ovalle versus Andy Beltran Barajas, David Perez versus Deshaun Banks, Omar Perez versus Makubi Sikisi, and that's it. Everyone else will receive a bye and will be boxing on Tuesday.
Isn't there a weight class between 125 and 154?
Very good. How's that look? Okay. Stick with it. Coaches, I'm going to show you real quick. If you go to usaboxing.org, you'll see a link at the top that says 2019 Eastern Qualifier. This is where you'll find all the information about this tournament. But you'll also see over here the banner ad for Watch Live. If you click on that, it'll take you to the information page for this tournament. This is the link you'll want to send to folks back home. This is going to have the links for the live streams, the bout schedules, the tournament schedule, and most importantly, the brackets. So we see we already have the bout sheets up. Oops. So we have the bout sheet for tonight. Here you'll also find the elite brackets, elite and youth brackets, and the Bantam and Pee Wee brackets. These, after we finish, we will publish and have them updated. If you go to the brackets right now and click on Master Roster, you'll see a list of all the boxers in the tournament and what category they're in. So this is how you can make sure that your boxer's correctly been categorized, if you could check that. I'm not sure if this is actually up to date yet. The Bantam, I think, still needs to be published. You'll also find a link to the Flickr. I think that's going to be added, where we'll be posting all the photos for this tournament. Okay. Moving on, elite male, 138 pounds was drawn earlier, and their bout sheet has been made. They'll be in competition tonight. Elite male, 152 pounds. We're now going to edit the bracket. We originally started with 72 plus or more. Okay. Go ahead. No shows and scratches.
Alexander Diron.
You got her, Alexander Rios? Okay, I need first name first.
Oh, sorry, I thought it was Diron Alexander.
Deron Alexander from Maryland is a no-show.
Luis Flores is a no-show.
Luis Flores, no-show.
Lacey Hunter, no-show.
I don't know. He's out already.
Oh, okay. DQ is
Lacey's the city. Montreal.
sorry, Montreal.
Montrell Hunter, no-show.
Delonte Johnson.
Delonte Johnson, the top seed, has been scratched, TQ'd at the weigh-in.
Malik Jones
Malik Jones, no-show.
Toby Canard.
Toby Kerr, no-show.
Zoc Mason, no show.
Zoc Mason was a no-show.
Jaquan McElroy is a no show.
Shaquan McElroy was a no-show. He was the number 4 seed.
Jason Russell, no show.
Jason Russell, who was the no-show.
Yep. What is the question? Sorry, what was your question?
In the weigh-in area. Yep.
Yeah, the way in there. Yeah. Sorry, what was I at? Brian Sims.
Brian Sims was a no-show.
You got Jason Russell, right? That's right when he walked up. Okay, good. Corey Thomas.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Brendan Torres, no show.
Corey Thomas. Corey Thomas, no-show.
Brendan Torres.
Brendan Torres, no-show.
Yep, these are all no show. Deontay Washington
Deontay Washington, no-show.
and Michael Williams.
Michael Williams,
How many is
no-show. 59. Did you count?
I've recounted. This was their number. I got that number.
Count the books. Oh, I'm sorry, I got 58.
Oh, good.
Okay.
They, however, did.
Okay. So I'm going to fix the seeds now. Do you have seeds on there? No? Lavaris Carter is now the top seed. Marcus Davidson becomes the number 2 seed. Jaden Vigil becomes the number 3 seed. Kelvin Davis becomes the number 4 seed. John Bryant becomes number 5 seed. And Jamarco Holloway becomes number 6. Okay, I'll read the competitors. Alexander Rios from Florida, Amir Mason from Cleveland, Andrew Lawson from Hollywood, Florida, Anthony DeMonte from New York, Antoine Cobb from Chicago, Anwar Wingate from DC, Bahim Billups from PA, Brendan Evans from Michigan, Christopher Gooch from Illinois, Christian De La Rosa from Colorado, Devontae Warren from Maryland, Deshaun Chase from Baltimore, Devin Rismay from Houston, Dyron Woods from Tennessee, Emmanuel Rojas from Texas, Giovanni Marquez from Houston, Greg O'Neill from Rochester, Henry Hewig from Connecticut, Hunter Williams from California, Ibrahim Robinson from Maryland, Jacoby Chevernay from Texas, Shaquan Umbert from Brooklyn, Jalen Hill from Columbus, Jaden Vitchell from Colorado, Jason Capatillo from New York, Jeremiah Lewis Watts from Mississippi, Jamarco Holloway from Michigan, Jerry Bradford from California, John Bryant from Syracuse, Jonathan Montalvo from Omaha, Joseph Espinal from Pennsylvania, Ju Wanson Webb from Homewood, Illinois, Justin Travisio from Brooklyn, Khalif Lindo from New York, Kelvin Davis from Norfolk, Kenneth Austin from Ohio, Kenan E. from Missouri, Kevin Evans from Oregon, Kurt Scobie from California, Lavaris Carter from Cincinnati, Marcus Davidson from Kansas, Marique Black from Kentucky, Marquez Rhodes from New York, Mauricio Quintanilla from Texas, Morgan Griggy from Georgia, Nathan Luando from Illinois, Nathaniel Vincent from Texas, Olvins Luis June from Florida, Kadir Albright from Pennsylvania, Ramon Acosta from Texas, Reynaldo Torres from Massachusetts, Ryan Pietrantonio from Massachusetts, Cian Torius Martin from Georgia, Sergio Pantuso from Florida, Stefan Agrippa from New Jersey, Terrence Holt from Atlanta, Tyreek Jameson from Chicago, Wayne Boudreau from Louisiana. Do we have anybody missing? All right.
Oh, the names are cut off.
You're right there. Nice. Good. Thank you. Thanks. All right. Conflicts now. All right. Jaden Vigil and Christian De La Rosa. Another conflict? Yep. Chenervay, C-H-E-N. And Risme, R-I-S. Another conflict? Coach? Terrence Holt. And what was the second boxer? Morgan Griggy. Both from Georgia, yep. Griggie. Those are only conflicts? All right, we'll do our best to keep them opposite sides. Let's check the schedule real quick on these 152s. Almost all the boxers are going to be seeing the ring on Monday. That session will be at 6 p.m. Looks like the seated boxers will have be starting on Tuesday. Again, I'm just going to go across the top. And all these bouts will be the same day in a line. Okay, we'll proceed to draw the bracket. Okay, what's my first conflict? It was Holt. So Georgia's on either side. Chenervay and Risme are on opposite sides. That leaves Vigil and Holt. Vigil and De La Rosa. Yeah. So the earliest that each of them would meet would be semifinals. We're going to keep this. All right, first I'm going to read the byes. The byes will be the number 1 seed, LeVar Carter, Marcus Davidson, Jaden Vigil, Jamarco Holloway, John Bryant, and Kelvin Davis. They'll be boxing on Tuesday. Boxing on Monday will be Deshaun Chase versus Marquez Rhodes, Anthony DeMonte versus Alexander Rios, Morgan Griggy versus Jacoby Chevrolet, Ramon Acosta versus Kevin Evans, Khalif Lindo versus Dyron Words, Mauricio Quintanilla versus Juwanson Webb, Anwar Wingate versus Kadir Albright, Marique Black versus Antoine Cobb, Nathaniel Vincent versus Terrence Holt, Gregory O'Neill versus Bahim Billups, Joseph Espinal versus Hunter Williams, Devin Rismay versus Amir Mason, Kenneth Austin versus Ryan Pietrantonio, Jason Capetillo versus Kurt Scobie, Devontae Warren versus Alvins Lewis June, Jerry Bradford versus Andrew Lawson, Giovanni Marquez versus Emmanuel Rojas, Tyreek Jamison versus Jeremiah Lewis Watts, Reynaldo Torres versus Jalen Hill, Henry Hewig versus Stephen Agrippa, Jonathan Montalvo versus Ibrahim Robinson, Kenron E versus Christian De La Rosa, Brendan Evans versus Wayne Boudreau, Justin Travisio versus Shontorius Martin, Sergio Pantuso versus Jaquan Umbert, and Christopher Gooch versus Nathan Luando. All right, 165. Well, who knows how to count? All right, so give me the scratches.
Arnold Quantaris. Or sorry, his first name is Quantaris. Is his first name. Quantaris.
Arnold Conderas was a no-show.
Brandon Cheney.
Brandon Cheney, scratched.
No, no show. Is it no show? Christian Fitzgerald.
Christian Fitzgerald is removed from the bracket.
Robert Hoskins.
Robert Hoskins, coming out of the bracket.
Ira Jeter.
Ira Jeter, removed from the bracket.
Eric Monroe.
Eric Monroe,
Michael Passad.
Michael Passad, removed from the bracket.
Stephen Pierce.
Stephen Pierce was taken out of the bracket.
That's all.
Gives me 49, 48. What did you get?
I have 48. One more time. This is 45.
double check all of our Quindarius Arnold. I think I missed him. Quindarius Arnold is a scratch. This will move Roberto Clement, up into the 7 seed.
That's easy.
I'm sorry, Ralph Clemente is now the 7. Yep. Right.
But now one of the guys, Deshaun Williams, having 2 bouts tonight. In the chart that's coming online, you have Deshaun Williams against Joseph Porter from Texas. And he's also having again for the bout sheet. Is he on the bout sheet twice or on the bracket twice? He's on the bracket.
How many times is on the bout sheet?
Bout sheet only once. Bout sheet.
Yeah.
That's still keeping on the record as a point, because we're trying to look at it online, it's hard to tell.
I think it's a
Can I think of one?
display.
On the display sheet right now, you have in mind fighting at just for tonight. Just there's one fight starting in the third ring, the other one's fighting in the fourth ring.
But the issue is when we look through that, he's not, because we have someone else in the same gym, in the same weight class, and I think with the fight that you had him with, the fight from Ohio, I think they're in the same bracket. The other fight you had him with Texas, I think I believe they were in separate brackets. It's hard to just put it up on the phone.
Check the brackets that are posted on the wall.
No, since we're on
Down the coaches area.
over there.
Yeah, that one should look fine. I think it's a display.
Okay, so if I see that, then I can tell which one.
The bracket similar to this, right?
All right, where were we? We did 152, right? 165. Okay, continuing with the elite male, 165 pounds, we have 47? Is that right? 47's right?
Yeah.
I said 45. What's your number? What's your number?
47.
We have 47 boxers. The top seed is Joseph Hicks from Michigan. Number 2 is Jorge Tovar from El Paso. Number 3 is Antonio Garcia from Anaheim. Number 4 is Andrew Murphy from Washington. Number 5 is Eugene Hill from Dickinson, Texas. Number 6 is Michael Fontanes from New Hampshire. Number 7 is Ralph Clement from New York. Also in the bracket, Almeo Carter, Kansas. Anthony Rodriguez, Texas. Andre Allen from Lawrence, Kansas. Bernard Gardner from New Jersey. Brian McElrath from Ohio. Christopher Thompson from Michigan. Cody Crane from Columbus. Daniel Blancas from Milwaukee. Darian Green from St. Louis. Darian Henry from Fort Pierce, Florida. Daryl Grant from Delaware. David Heavy from Delaware. David Silva from California. Daryl Gibbs from Ohio. Devin Parrish from Illinois. Edward George from Atlanta. Emmanuel Jones from New York. Famous Wilson from New York. Fernando Vargas from Nevada. Francis Hogan from Mass. Gabriel Colon from Pennsylvania. Halatoa Piutau from Utah. Isaiah Elrod from Knoxville. Isaiah Hurd from Texas. Jason Taylor from Louisiana. Jesse Fletcher from Louisiana. Jonas Sylvain from Florida. Keith Donald from Chicago. Marlon Kelly from Miami. Messiah Miles from Rochester. Miles Mizell from Georgia. Pacino Hill from Iowa. Paul Palombo from Pennsylvania. Raymond Henry from Indiana. Russell Scott from Ohio. Saeed Campbell from Columbus. Shaquille Cameron from Alabama. Toussaint Jewell from Detroit. Yavante Christopher from Arkansas. Zachary Gillenwater from West Virginia. That's 47 boxers. First, let me do the schedule. £165 will begin boxing Monday, and they'll continue every day during the week. There'll be no rest days. Tonight's the rest day. Someone talking to me? Yeah, I'll call for conflicts in just a sec, Coach. Thanks.
I'm missing it. I'm missing the weighing sheet for 91,
That was the one Mike told
201.
Wait, somebody in.
Pounds. He needs to get back to me.
Okay. Can you, when you go down next time, can you check with, we need the weigh-in sheet for heavyweight.
For 201. Just 201.
Okay. Any conflicts, Coach? What do you got? Cody Crane, Columbus. And then Saeed Campbell from Columbus. That's the only one? Good. All right, we'll proceed to draw the bracket. All right, Columbus and Columbus are really close here. They'd fight in the second match. So I'm going to undraw this bracket and redo it. Sides in the top half. And Cody's in the bottom half now. They would meet in, the earliest they would meet would be the semifinals. Okay, I'm going to read out Monday's matches, and then if they're not called out, then they're boxing on Tuesday. Raymond Henry versus Piuta from Utah. Shaquille Cameron versus Christopher Thompson. Zachary Gillenwater versus Daniel Blancas. Devin Parrish versus Jason Taylor. David Heavy versus Famous Wilson. Jonas Sylvain versus Isaiah Hurd. Daryl Gibbs versus Pacino Hill. Keith Donald versus Bernard Gardner. Tucson Jewell versus David Silva. Cody Crane versus Miles Mizell. Russell Scott versus Darian Henry. Brian McElrath versus Almeo Carter. Jesse Fletcher versus Gabriel Colon. Andre Allen versus Darian Green. And Francis Hogan versus Fernando Vargas. Those will be the Monday bouts. Moving on to elite male, 178 pounds. First, we're going to do our scratches. Edward Gray is removed from the bracket. Imran Hadaba from Florida, removed from the bracket. Brandon Lawson is taken from the bracket. Greg Solu is taken from the bracket. Jalen Stanley. Alexander Stekovich comes out of the bracket. So it gives me 21. So we have 21 boxers. Our number one seed is Amir Ghaffari Naku from North Carolina. Second seed is Robert McGee from Burnsville, Missouri. Looks like our third seed was scratched. Malik Calhoun moves into the third seed. Malik Kaloun Khalil from Missouri is the third seed. Javier Martinez from Wisconsin is the number 4 seed. Simone Kearney from Beaumont, Texas. It's the number 5 seed. Also in the bracket, Abel Gonzalez, Florida. Siobhan Davis, Mansfield, Ohio. Christian Uresic from Ohio. Dominic Dickerson, North Carolina. Dantes Blue from North Carolina. Elijah Austin from New York. Jesse Bantanda from New Hampshire. Joe Hernandez from California. Justin Johnson from Michigan. Lamont Fleeman from St. Louis. Orville Crooks from Brooklyn. Richard Graham from Florida. Richard Jones from Fort Worth. Sebastian Marconi from California. Stanley Davis from Ohio. And Tyshawn Murray from New Jersey. Let me consult the schedule quickly. 178 pounds. We'll begin on Monday. We'll have a rest day Tuesday. And then continue Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Online? Just go by what's on the wall. See if that's still publishing over there. I don't know why that's showing up. It's actually just kind of repeating parts of the bracket on the display.
This is fun.
It's a good question.
Well, the first one.
Okay. With these boxers in the bracket, are there any conflicts? Yes, sir. Lamont Fleming, and Robert McGee. So McGee is the number 2 seed. We'll make sure Fleming's on the opposite side. Any other conflicts? No? We'll proceed to draw the bracket. McGee with the 2 seeds on the top. Not Malik, no. And then Lamont Fleming is in the bottom half, so they would only meet in the final. Okay. Boxing on Monday is Marconi versus Blue, Crooks versus Davis, Jurassic versus Batanda, Graham versus Fleming, Dickerson versus Murray. All other boxers received a bye. And we'll box on Wednesday.
Can we ever find the 201 sheets? We're waiting them right now.
We'll skip it, go to 201.
Okay, we'll do 201 first.
The 201 sheets were misplaced, so we're going to skip to super heavyweight 201 plus and then come back to 201.
Oh, wait. Tell us stop.
Mari?
Don't worry about 201 plus, or 201, sorry.
Sorry, they're on the same sheet.
I didn't realize there's so few.
All right, elite male, 201 pounds. First, we'll do the scratches.
Okay, so Calvin Belgrave is DQ.
Calvin Belgrave did not make weight.
Demetrius Reed is no-show.
Demetrius Reed is removed from the bracket.
Telly Shelton, no-show.
Telly Shelton removed from the bracket.
Michael Wheeler, no-show.
Michael Wheeler is removed from the bracket.
And Angel Young.
And Angel Young It's removed from the bracket. This changes this bracket quite a bit. It makes it 16 boxers. This means we'll have all boxers boxing tomorrow, Monday. They'll have rest days on Tuesday and Thursday, boxing Wednesday and Friday. Again, I'm going to put this across the top. Okay. Our boxers are, the top seed is Esri Turner from Dover, Delaware. Bernard Oliver from Arkansas is our number 2 seed. Brandon Moore from Lakeland, Florida is the number 3. Demik Edmonds from Worcester, Mass is number 4. Carameldon Abdullah from Nevada is number 5. Jet Blackwell from Fresno, California is number 6. Also in the bracket, Akeem Mail from Athens, Ohio. DeMark Hall from Delaware. Darius Fulgham from Texas. Derry Jones from Minnesota. Joshua Edwards from Houston. Leonardo Cedro from Baytown, Texas. Michael Carter from Ohio. Neji Lopez from Georgia. Ramsey McGraw from Illinois. And Saray Mamutovic from California. Do we have any conflicts? Anybody from the same gym? Any friends? Family? Cousins? So everybody's boxing tomorrow. Turner versus Lopez. Saray versus Edwards. Abdallah versus Mail. Hall versus Edmonds. Moore versus Jones. Fulgham versus Blackwell. McGraw versus Carter. Cedro versus Oliver. And finally, the super heavyweights. We got first our scratches. LaVictor Arnold is removed from the bracket.
Travoris Barnes,
How do you spell that?
T-A-R-A-V.
Travoris Barnes, removed from the bracket.
Jeremy Purse.
Jeremy Purse, removed.
And Stephen Torres.
This takes us to 16 boxers in the bracket. So we'll have the same schedule. So this increases us to 3, 5, 8 bouts on Monday, which is going to increase our load to 16, 22. So I have to work it out, but we might have to go 5 rings. So tentatively, we're going to go with the same schedule. They're going to box Monday and Wednesday, have Tuesday and Thursday as rest days. Again, no matter the seed, everybody's boxing on Monday. Again, the super heavyweight's going to be tentatively scheduled this way. This may shift depending on our bout load. I'll update that later. Our boxers. We haven't read these, right? We've already done our scratches. Our number 1 seed is Leonid Grachev of New Mexico. Number 2, Luis Alvarado from Wisconsin. Number 3, DeAndre Savage from Vegas. Number 4 is Price Taylor from Brooklyn. Number 5 is Jesse Cervantes. Also in the bracket, Antonio Mireles from Iowa. Brian Mowry from Pennsylvania. Devontae Jones from New Jersey. Devin Henry from Columbus. Dominic Hardy from Illinois. Drake Banks from Florida. Eric Baruman from Colorado. Joseph Nelson from Michigan. Nicholas Tomlinson from Wyoming. Parker Brown from Illinois. And Tyrone Nash from Houston. Do we have any conflicts or boxers from the same club? We're going to draw this bracket. Again, everybody will be boxing on Monday. Grachev versus Jones, Nash versus Nelson, Cervantes versus Mowry, Hardy versus Taylor, Savage versus Brown, Henry versus Baruman, Mireles versus Tomlinson, Homosasa, versus Banks versus Alvarado. And that concludes the draw. Weigh-in, daily weigh-ins, our trial scale at 6. Weigh-in begins at 7. They'll weigh in the contestants boxing that day first, and then proceed to the general weigh-in for the other age groups. Taylor Price. Price Taylor versus Dominic Hardy.